Hi, I'm Julia. This is Alliance Redwoods Camp at Home video series. Today we're going to be talking about geology. First, we're going to talk about how rocks are formed. Next, we're going to build theories about how the rocks we found were formed based on their characteristics. And then last, we're going to do some fun stuff with rocks because rocks are awesome. Thanks for watching. Let's get started. The first type of rock we're talking about is sedimentary rock. Sedimentary rock is formed when sediment, like sand, soil, gets laid down into layers and pressed together over time. So you can see the sandstone has nice even layers. Sedimentary rock can also look like a bunch of pieces of things just kind of stuck together, like this conglomerate rock. Again, we're looking for chunks of stuff kind of stuck together, or really sandy lines, usually pretty weak rocks. Those are going to be helpful in our last activity. Next we have igneous rocks, so we're looking for bubbles or big crystals if it cooled slowly. Igneous rock is formed when lava or magma, so molten liquid rock, cools and hardens into a rock. Granite is usually formed when magma, which is molten rock that's still under the Earth's crust, cools down and hardens. You can see it has lots of shiny crystals, but is all kind of mixed together. We can also have lava cool down, which can form glassy surfaces like obsidian, or we may see bubbles. Our last rock is metamorphic rock. Metamorphic rocks go under extreme changes when extreme heat and pressure are applied to them from tectonic plates clashing together. So you can see on this side, we have some sedimentary rocks of different types. And on this side, they've gone through metamorphic. So shale has turned to slate, limestone has turned to marble, and sandstone or other stone with lines. This one is an example of gneiss. So you can still see the lines in the rock, but they've been twisted and smushed together. But we're gonna see wavy lines, flecks of stuff that look like glitter, or maybe rusty garnets. Now that we know how different types of rocks are formed, we can use that knowledge and some general characteristics associated with those methods of forming to look for rocks around us. We may not be able to identify exactly what that rock is, but we can pretty easily figure out how it was formed. So we're going to look for rocks along our creek here. You can also look for rocks wherever you live. Near water sources are easy because the soil's been eroded away, but anywhere where you have rocks, even if they're polished and in like your garden bed, those are okay too. Yeah, this rock is really sandy, like when I scratch it with my nail, and it's just kind of mixed together. So this is probably a sedimentary rock. You can see this rock has a lot of layers, and it's still pretty sandy to the touch. So again, another sedimentary rock. Rocks are made out of minerals, so sometimes we can identify the minerals like quartz even if we don't know what the rock is. This rock has a lot of sparkle to it, so it probably has mica in it, probably a lot because it's also flaking off into pieces. This is probably a metamorphic rock because of all of that sparkle and shine. This one is quartz, so it's pretty pure, you got a lot of white. This one has some other stuff mixed in with it. Other minerals we can identify just by sight are iron. So when we're looking at iron, we're going to see red, rusty colored pigmentation on rocks. So now that we've learned how rocks are formed and how to make guesses about rocks that we find in the wild, what characteristics give us clues about their formation, we're going to nature journal a rock. I've chosen this rock, especially because it has a lot of unique features, so it's going to be easy for me to study. I'm going to use page 3 in the nature journal. Now that we've talked about rock characteristics and we've done a nature journal on a rock, we're going to find some sedimentary rocks and make rock paint out of them. To make rock paint, you scratch a rock like this soft sedimentary rock against a hard rock like a metamorphic rock. Now when it's dry, it just makes dust, which isn't very much fun. But if you get the rocks wet, we can make some paint. So here we've got kind of a yellowish rock paint, and you can already see how much that's cut into this sedimentary rock. So you got some red going on, and I don't know what color this is going to be. It might be brown or red. We'll find out. It's too dry, that's what it is. Yeah, this one's more of a brown, less of a red color, so maybe less iron in it than other rocks we've seen. You can put rock paint samples in your nature journal on page 20, or you can use them to paint your face or your hands. That's all for today's lesson about geology. First, we talked about how different rocks are formed, and then we looked at how we can identify different minerals in rocks, even if we don't know what those rocks are. Next, we did a nature journal study of a rock, and finished up with some rock paint. This has been Alliance Redwoods Camp at Home series. Again, this is Julia. Thanks for watching.